You know the drill. You walk into a room, and there's your cat, stretched out like royalty in a sunbeam, or crammed into a box too small for a hamster. Cats are sleep aficionados, logging up to 18 hours a day, and where they choose to snooze isn't random. It's a cryptic little message to you, their humble servant. Today we're breaking down how your cat's choice of naptime real estate is their way of broadcasting their mood. Grab a coffee, settle in, and let's crack this fluffy mystery. Oh, and hit that subscribe button first. It's what your cat would want. Curled up. When your cat curls into a tight little ball, tucking their tail around themselves, they are in full-on self-care mode. This is a classic nap style that harks back to their wild ancestors who needed to conserve heat and protect their vital organs. In modern times, it's their go-to when they want a little privacy and serenity. This position is the ultimate blend of comfort and caution. It keeps them warm and snug while subtly communicating that they'd prefer to not be disturbed. They're in their zone, recharging for their next adventure, whether it's chasing imaginary prey or supervising your every move from the bookshelf. Loaf mode. When your cat tucks their legs under their body, forming the perfect bread loaf shape, they're blending elegance with efficiency. This is the nap of a cat who is resting but ready. They can spring into action at a moment's notice, whether it's to chase a toy or to bolt from the sound of a sneeze. It's their way of staying alert without sacrificing their much-needed beauty rest. You could say they're living their version of work-life balance, and they're nailing it. Paw over face. The paw over face nap is a universal crowd pleaser, melting hearts across species. While it looks impossibly adorable, it also serves a practical purpose. This position helps block out light, much like throwing an arm over your eyes when the sun streams through the window too early in the morning. This move shows your cat's ability to turn even basic survival tactics into a cuteness overload. It's also a low-key way of signaling that they'd rather not be disturbed. Take the hint and let them enjoy their beauty sleep without interruption. Introvert. When your cat disappears into a box, a closet, or the tightest nook they can squeeze into, they're channeling their inner introvert. This position is their safe zone, a fortress of solitude where the chaos of the world can't reach them. Boxes and enclosed spaces mimic the protective dens their wild ancestors sought out, making it the ultimate retreat for a little privacy. For your cat, being tucked away is not just about hiding. It's about recharging their social batteries in the coziest way possible. This behavior also signals a deep sense of security. Your cat knows they're in an environment where they won't be disturbed while they unwind. It's like hitting the Do Not Disturb button, but with more flair. If you find them nestled in a box or peeking out from behind the curtains, let them enjoy their alone time. They'll emerge when they're ready, refreshed and ready to grace you with their fabulous presence once more. Belly up, the opposite of the introvert. When your cat sprawls on their back with their fluffy belly exposed, they're not just cooling off or showing off their fabulous fluff. This position screams relaxation and confidence. A cat won't expose their vulnerable underside unless they're feeling completely safe and comfortable in their environment. It's the equivalent of you lounging on a beach chair with sunglasses and a mocktail in hand. The belly-up position is also an invitation to admire their magnificence, just not to touch. Attempt to pet that exposed tummy and you'll likely find yourself on the receiving end of some lightning-fast paws. They're not mad, they're just reminding you of boundaries. Sideways. When your cat stretches out on their side, limbs askew and tail lazily flopped, they're in peak relaxation. This position says they're not just comfortable, but completely at ease in their surroundings. This is a power move, a visual proclamation of their comfort and security. The sideways snooze is also their way of letting you know they've claimed this spot as theirs. You might think it's your couch or bed, but this position tells a different story. They've planted their metaphorical flag, and you're just borrowing space in their kingdom. Pancake. Cats in pancake mode lie completely flat on the floor with their legs splayed out in every direction, resembling a puddle of fur. This position often happens during hot weather or after an intense play session, as the cool surface helps regulate their body temperature. Pancake cats seem utterly content, taking up as much horizontal space as possible without a care for elegance or composure. They've essentially embraced a melted look, prioritizing comfort over all else. This position reflects a state of absolute relaxation, with your cat fully at ease in their surroundings. They trust that they can lay themselves out in this vulnerable position without any interruptions or threats. It's a pose of pure, unbothered bliss, and it's oddly satisfying to see. When your cat pancakes out, it's their way of saying they're happy, relaxed, and living their best life in their favorite spot. Half-eye shut. The half-eye shut nap isn't just a cat looking drowsy, it's an advanced multitasking move. They're resting, but they're also keeping tabs on you, the dog, the bird outside, and probably the mailman. Cats may sleep a lot, but they've mastered staying aware even in their downtime. This position signals that they're feeling relaxed, but don't fully trust the situation to remain calm. Maybe they've caught wind of your plan to vacuum later, or noticed you're approaching them with a carrier. It's a mix of leisure and light paranoia with a dash of judgment for good measure. Sprawl. A sprawl king cat lays claim to every available inch of space, often stretching out with such abandon that the couch, bed, or even your work desk becomes entirely theirs. Whether it's a full-body sprawl across the cushions or an unapologetic takeover of your keyboard, this pose speaks volumes about their unabashed sense of entitlement. Cats in this position are a perfect example of the phrase living large, as they seem to revel in their ability to commandeer whatever area suits them. This dramatic sprawl shows a cat's mood that is completely relaxed, utterly confident, and more than a little self-assured. Cats in this position are not shy about displaying their dominance in the household hierarchy, asserting their right to the most comfortable and often inconvenient spots. It's an endearing mix of nonchalance and boldness, leaving you no choice but to either scoot over or simply give up and admire their audacious charm. Sun worshipper. When your cat stretches out in the warmest, brightest spot in your home, it's their ultimate moment of bliss. Cats instinctively seek out sunlight, not just for the warmth, but also for the comforting security it provides. This position is a pure display of relaxation and satisfaction, with their body fully surrendered to the cozy embrace of the sun. Whether it's a sunbeam on the floor or a toasty windowsill, this is their spa day in full swing. This pose is a perfect example of self-care at its finest. Sunbathing isn't just a treat, it's a ritual for your cat to recharge their energy and reset their mood. The next time you find your furry companion basking in the rays, understand it's their way of indulging in simple pleasures and unwinding without a care in the world. They've claimed the sunniest real estate, and they're living their best life while doing it. Monorail. The monorail position is a classic catnap stance where they drape themselves over the back of a couch or a narrow surface. It's part relaxation, part acrobatics, and fully impressive. This position shows they're feeling secure and confident, as balancing on such a precarious perch requires trust in their surroundings. The monorail nap also highlights their quirky sense of humor. Why pick a wide, comfy spot when they can challenge themselves with a surface barely wider than their own body? It's the kind of life decision that only a cat can pull off with grace and style. Contortionist. When your cat twists themselves into a position that seems anatomically impossible, it's not a cry for help, it's a flex. This position is their way of showing off their flexibility and reminding you that no matter how weird they look, they're perfectly fine. The contortionist nap showcases a cat's unmatched ability to twist, turn, and curl into shapes that seem impossibly comfortable. It's the ultimate display of their flexibility and confidence, proving they can relax in ways humans can only dream of. Cats may not be able to talk, but their sleeping habits say it all. If you love diving into the whimsical world of cat naps, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment about your cat's quirkiest sleep position. See you in the next video.